Good evening. We begin with a scathing letter written to the head of the RCMP. It corroborates what a Nova Scotia RCMP superintendent wrote about a meeting with Commissioner Brenda Lucki days after the April 2020 mass shooting. Both suggest the RCMP's top officer wanted details about the killer's guns made public to bolster a federal gun law. CTV's Heidi Petracek is covering the mass casualty inquiry.
They very much corroborate everything that Superintendent Campbell says in his notes.
That's how a lawyer representing families of those killed describes a document made public by the inquiry into the April 2020 tragedy, a letter which adds fuel to an already controversial fire for leadership at the RCMP.
I suspect we're going to want to have the MCC recall Leah Scanlon so that we can ask some questions.
That's because the letter from the former head of the Nova Scotia RCMP's communications department is a blistering assessment of a meeting held April 28, 2020. One already described in RCMP Superintendent Darren Campbell's handwritten notes, suggesting Commissioner Brenda Lucki's disappointment that details about Gabriel Wortman's guns hadn't been publicized as they were tied to pending gun control legislation. Leah Scanlon's letter backs up Campbell. You personally attacked me and told us that you perceived our actions as a blatant sign of disrespect, wrote Scanlon. You believed that we had let the boys down, referring to the two young boys whose parents were brutally murdered in front of them. To Scanlon, there was no doubt about what the meeting was really about. Eventually, she wrote, you informed us of the pressures and conversation with Minister Blair, which we clearly understood was related to the upcoming passing of the gun legislation, and there it was. Something Scanlon wrote gave her a feeling of disgust.
No such direction or pressure was exerted by any member of this government.
The hint of possible political interference caused a firestorm of accusations and denials in Ottawa last week. Lucki maintaining she did not interfere in the ongoing investigation into the shootings. A parliamentary committee now plans to call Lucki, former Public Safety Minister Bill Blair, and several other RCMP witnesses to explain.
Obviously, we're concerned to the extent that we hope that doesn't impact the work that we're doing here. And that it doesn't turn into some form of political theater.
Well, Michael Scott says he's cautiously optimistic that parliamentary committee could get some answers, and he'd be willing to go to Ottawa to question RCMP witnesses there on behalf of families if needed.
Heidi, other than that statement last week, we haven't really heard from the RCMP Commissioner Lucki. She's expected to be in Nova Scotia tomorrow?
Indeed, she is. We have put in a request to RCMP headquarters for a response from Commissioner Lucki, but we haven't heard back yet. But she is coming to Nova Scotia to attend the regimental memorial for Constable Heidi Stevenson, who was killed in the line of duty during the April 2020 massacre. So it's unclear whether she would be speaking publicly due to the somber nature of that event.
Right. Thank you for that, Heidi. That's CTV's Heidi Petracek covering the mass casualty inquiry for us.